All right, guys. I'm very sorry for getting on this live late. I'm honestly just trying to get better. Yeah, it's been a couple crazy days for crypto, so I hope you guys are doing all right. Sorry if my voice is a bit strained. We're gonna do this live no matter what. At this point, I keep on missing lives, and yesterday I had no voice really at all. So we're going to get this done here, but Bitcoin is pumping. Obviously, we can see Bitcoin is pumping. And good morning, Steven. Good morning, Bullant. Good morning. Okay, so Bitcoin is pumping, guys, in this rounded bottom. Now, what is nice about this, White, how you doing? Am I feeling better? I'm going to lie and say yes. But here's Bitcoin hitting resistance, all right? So Bitcoin is hitting key resistance right here. Now, we've been waiting for Bitcoin to touch this resistance for a while, okay? We've been waiting for this move from Bitcoin, and it is doing that. Now, if I go from, well, what you want to do is you want to take your resistance from right here to right here. So you want to draw this peak from right here to pretty much this peak to right here. Now, it looks to me that we could go up a bit higher. A bit higher on Bitcoin. Craig, how you doing? So I would be looking for a short up here around 74. That would be my area where I would be trading Bitcoin, 74. If Bitcoin does not hit 74, then this would be your trend line. Good morning, Tim. How you doing? Hope you're doing good, man. Again, guys, I apologize for being kind of MIA. It is just really tough to do a live when you can barely talk, and then you have new people coming and they're like, what the heck is going on here? So when I get sick, I usually get sick, but I feel good. It's just my voice. It's not like anything else. The only one thing I need is online. So here we go. If you look at Bitcoin right here, you do a bearish dive, right? Bearish dive, bearish dive. But my problem right now shorting this is the fact that the MACD is still pushing up for another 3 hours. Now, this is where I don't short in a bear market. I'm going to tell you guys why. Because sure, we almost hit the top here. But now if I'm looking at everything, my daily's completely moving up. My 4 hours moving up. My 1 hour is overbought. But I'm looking at 74, okay? 74. $74 would be my long, or I mean my short. Until Bitcoin hits 74, I'm not touching it. Meanwhile, I'm also not long in this either because there's also fair value gaps here, but we hit the top. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go, Olga, hello, how you doing? We are going to go to our area right here on our liquidity gaps. And we could see Bitcoin dropping here a bit. We can see Bitcoin forming a tweezer reversal, but I don't trust that because we're still moving up. We may have hit the top here. Like if you look right here, that would be the top. But I'm lining it up with that. So essentially what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for my 5 minute. I'm waiting for this trend right here to break. Okay, other than that, we go up to 74, in my personal opinion. If we break this early, then we're coming down. But you can see we're very, very overbought. I was going to do a live last night, guys, into London, and I wasn't feeling up to it. But look at the thumbnail I made yesterday. So I made this into the London session yesterday. I was pretty much gearing up for Bitcoin to hit 71. Did I think it was going to break 71? Anything could happen, right? But now we broke 71. So let's see. So we've got this bearish dive from right here to right here. I want to hit 71K before we drop. 74. I want to hit 74 before we drop. If it doesn't hit 74, then I'm kind of waiting for this uptrend on the 15-minute time frame to break. Because at this point, we are fairly bullish. Even though we're in a downtrend, we're fairly bullish. You can see it right here. The 18 hour is about to touch the top. The daily is about to touch the top. If you look at the 4 hour time frame, the 4 hour just touched the top. Now, here's the good thing about this. The 4 hour finally touched the top. Look how long the 4 hour has been ranging after touching the bottom. We touched the bottom back in February 6, 2026. Okay. And then you look at your 1 hour and you finally touched the top here. You touched the top here, never came back down. Now you had a second peak. So we are going to definitely drop shortly. But I would say 74K is going to be the next target. And that is probably where I'd short. 73.8 to about 74. Otherwise, you're waiting for that 15. I would not try to short right now. Even though this is insane bearish diversions, I don't trust it. At least not in the New York session. I haven't traded probably for the last couple of days because the market's been ranging, right? So, okay, so we're going to draw, we're going to set an alert right here. By the way, for everybody that got coaching and stuff with us, guys, I'm going to get to these calls. I'm going to call some people. I'm just really trying to get better, but we're doing our introduction calls today with a couple people. So if you have coaching calls with me today, they're still on. And yeah. Okay, so that is Bitcoin, guys, in the nutshell. I just don't know how I feel about this 4 hour MACD moving up for another 3 hours to short. So right now, Bitcoin is in a no trade zone at the moment for me. No short and no long. If you're in a long right now, you're probably printing profit. How's everybody's trading been the last couple of days, guys? Anybody trading, or are you guys sitting on your hands? I know the market was ranging and then London pumped it. We also got a Tokyo session today. Hopefully I can do it, but as of right now, there's supposed to be a Tokyo session today at about 8 to 8:30. Yeah, so the whole market has bearish dive, major bearish dive. So there is going to be a drop, and it is probably going to be a significant drop. However, you're just waiting for that uptrend. So even XRP, even XRP. Let me go look at the liquidity gaps here on XRP. Steven, I'm sending you a text right now, by the way. Ugh. Okay, where are we here? XRP. So XRP is hitting the top of the in the top here. Yeah, so we're probably gonna push it because XRP already broke out, I believe. Let's see. Kind of did. Sorry, guys. So XRP did kind of break out. But it looks like it could be a fake. I don't know. I probably wouldn't be trading XRP at the moment. I would wait for this trend line to break and then maybe look for a short. I definitely wouldn't be longing to the bearish dive. But I don't like how this has that much more room to move up on the 18-hour and the daily. So again, we're not necessarily in a bullish market right now, but all we're doing is we're recovering, guys. So we're recovering to levels that Bitcoin dropped to before. I maybe would look for a short on XRP on the 5-minute, but again, I wouldn't really be trading XRP right now. I would probably just stay with Bitcoin and see what it is going to do. We know there's a trend reversal here. We know the 15-minute time frame has bearish divergence. Even you can see it on your MACD here too. So everywhere's printing bearish dive on the 15, but you don't want to rush it. You want to get the best possible entry you can. This is going to be a dynamite short when Bitcoin. Yeah, this is going to be a dynamite short. This is going to be one of those trades that you can make a 10x on if you get in at the right place. So like that's pretty much a resistance right there. If you draw it from right here to right here, it's pretty much your resistance right here on Bitcoin. So now we're just really waiting for the move, right? And in my personal opinion, the move is going to be when we get this cross down or when we break this trend. Because I'm trying to line up these points of resistance here. But I want to see 74 one more time. Or I mean, I want to see 74 before we drop. Pat Ballou, how you doing? Thank you for coming on live. Guys, thank you all for coming on live. I'm still here. I've just been I've honestly had no voice for a couple of days. So if you guys are, yeah, I've had no voice. I'm sorry. So shout out to everybody being on the live right now. But yeah, we are aiming for a Tokyo session live tonight. I can't promise you it is going to happen. I got 3 coaching calls today and they've got to get done because people paid for it. So as of right now, we're going to aim for a Tokyo session. But if I barely can talk, I can't really do much, right? So we'll go for it though, for sure. Gold, okay. Gold, I'm just checking a lower time frame here. So gold is in a bit of a rising wedge. You've got some resistance right here on gold, but you did break the uptrend right here in the 5-minute or in the 15-minute. Right? So you broke that. You're coming down. You're rejecting that conversion line. I want to see if the initial trend for the MACD is dropping. We are into the 4-hour MACD. So I would say gold is probably going to come back down to about 5,000. You would have to draw some mini resistance right here in case it did break out. Tight stop loss right here. Very, very tight stop loss in this area, just above this resistance, about 5,100. But yeah, it looks like gold is going to drop off this rising wedge. 5 minutes also overbought here too. So I'll tell you guys where I'm going to jump into my short. Okay. Where I'm going to jump into my short on BTC is either at the break of trend, like I mentioned, or at the 15-minute cross on the MACD, because I really want to see 74. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm going to get it. We've also got, oh, we already finished the 4-hour candle. So the 4-hour candle is dropping here. Yeah, so that is gold for you. Let's go look at the overall total crypto market cap. So this is interesting. The overall total crypto market cap did break. Bounced off this trend line. It looks like I was drawing right here. Right? So the overall trend line did break here in total crypto market cap. But it has bearish dive. So it looks like this is going to fake out. So you had a breakout on the overall total crypto market cap, guys. And essentially what that means is you broke out on crypto as in a whole, and you have bearish dive from here to here. And even though you broke out, you need to break this trend line. If you break this trend line, this is going to be a massive fake out in the market. So it does look like we are lining up for shorts. We just got to be very, very patient. You've got bearish dive here, here, bearish dive here, here, here. And then again, you're completely overbought in the 1-hour time frame. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure this is the trend, okay? Because now we're oversold on the 5-minute. So I'm going to take my points from right here to right here, line them up perfectly. That would pretty much be the trend, because if Bitcoin breaks this right here, you're looking for it to break with a full candle close, and then you're going to look at a continuation down. But I would say 73.8 to 74 would be a good short. Or you could just wait for that trend line break. Oh, man. Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum, guys. Shout out to all the people in the live today. Let's look at ETH, see what ETH is doing. So ETH ended up hitting the top. Again, ETH has insane bearish dive. Normally I say ETH isn't a good trade. If Ethereum could hit if Ethereum could hit the top here again, or Ethereum breaks this trend, Ethereum's going to be a really, really good short. But I'm not sure. With this bearish dive, ETH is looking good. We're kind of just waiting for this 18-hour close to settle here and finish in the New York session, because what you guys could see is the 18-hour candle here is pumping pretty hard. And this actually is almost about to hit the top of the RSI. That is why I'm also not shorting. So the only time I'm really going to short this, I'm not longing, but the only time I'm going to short this is when we get that break of trend. I don't trust it otherwise. 74 would be the golden target for sure. All right, are you guys shorting or long in the market right now, or waiting on your hands, waiting to see what happens? Make sure you guys share your wins at beastlimitless.com. Again, we're in an initial downtrend. I just can't long it. I'm sticking to my guns. I've been making a lot of money in crypto, just going with the trend. So I'm not longing it, but there is a lot of money to be made here shortly in the market, right? I also want to look at Dogecoin, guys, because Doge is another trade that we've been doing really, really good on. Steve, long since 63. See, that's not a bad long because you got in at the bottom, right? If you're looking at getting in at the bottom, a long is good for sure. Absolutely. Dogecoin just hit the top of resistance right here. Why does it do that? Dogecoin hit the top of resistance right here. So this could be a wicked short too. Actually, wow, you faked out. You came and double bottomed, right, or rounded bottom, and then had a massive pump on Doge. Here's the thing, guys. Longing isn't bad if you get in at the bottom, right? But the only reason I'm shorting this market is because I don't want to play with the up and downs. I just want to hit the top and hit the bottom. When we break out and we go back above the uptrend on the macro, I'm only going to be looking for longs, right? So longing isn't bad if you're getting in down here, but if you're getting in somewhere around right here, that's where longing becomes risky. Also, playing the sessions is a whole nother thing too. If you're longing at the Tokyo session and then shorting for New York, you're probably seeing a pattern, right? So make sure you guys are playing your sessions. I just don't have time to play sessions. I have to, with everything I'm doing at the moment, I have to trade. Just wait for the perfect trade setup, make about 5 to 10 grand, and that's it, right? Rinse and repeat. Shorting from 69,000, you're down. Yeah, 69,000 is going to be a tough one, but this should be the top. Around this area should be the top. Again, you're going up on your 5-minute, so 74 to 73.8 would be the top again, but I'm not going to bank on that because the 18-hour is over coming up here too. So the 18-hour is just about to touch the top. The question is, are we going to break out on the 18, or are we going to complete this bearish divergence with us being overbought in the 1-hour time frame, right? Long on Bless. GP still playing altcoins. Good stuff. or low caps. Let's see what Bless is doing. Yeah, great long. Great long. It broke out right here. At 74K, I would, okay, yeah, 74K would be good, but honestly, I would just add when the trend breaks. Honestly, at this point, guys, we broke the 50. I'd be very cautious shorting right now. Yes, I'm looking for a short. I'm not looking for a long, but that trend line needs to break. I don't trust that 18-hour time frame. That 18-hour time frame is not looking good for me, at least for shorting. For this New York session, there's a possibility we break 874 and we form another bearish divergence, and then we drop at like 74.5 or 74.8. I don't know if you guys noticed, but every single time we have a pump in New York, we pump. So first of all, let me look at this Bless trade because this is actually looking good. So if the market doesn't mess it up, you have some bullish dive. And you're looking at it hitting most likely around 0.005, but this is looking like it's about to fly pretty much. But pretty much what I want to show you guys is here. If you're looking at Bitcoin right here, every single time we break trend, where can I? Well, usually what happens is we break the trend on the RSI, on your indicator, whatever, and then you come down, but then you move up for another leg, and then you drop. Do you guys notice that? Whenever you break the trend, you look at it, not the price at, well, sometimes the price action trend actually, because look, you broke the trend here. This is a 5-minute trend, okay? So you broke this 5-minute trend, very short trend, right? And then you go sideways. Okay, it looks like you're dropping. And then you moved up again, right? Anytime you guys break a trend on a time frame, 80% of the time it is going to go take a new high, and then it is going to drop, okay? So make sure you guys are noticing that when you're shorting, or if you're longing, whatever it is. If you break a trend, don't always think it is going to drop right away. Usually it is going to come back, make a higher high, make a lower low, fake out, and then dump. And if we know we're in a bearish market, we know it's probably going to go grab around this area and then drop. But at this point, I'm being very patient because I am lining up for a $20,000 setup on Bitcoin right now, $20,000 profit. And I will tell you guys right now, I have not traded in 2 days. That is including my funded accounts. That is including my personal money on MEXC. I'm being patient. I'm lining up for almost a $20,000 to $25,000 trade. How you do that is you wait for the perfect opportunity. You go bid a higher leverage, right? And you rock and roll. And right now, this is not ready. Close, but not ready. Even here, yeah, 74 is right here. Like I said, we could hit 75. There's a lot of sells right here. We could hit 75. We could fake out and hit 75 with how much more it's moving up on that 18. There's a lot of sells around 75. If you look right here, 75.1. You got way more sells than buys. But that is a beautiful trend, and I will take it, because when it breaks, you're going to see dollar signs in your pocket if you can become patient. If you can't become patient, well then. All right. Hit that like button, guys. Let's run it up. So here's my setup for the day, guys, because I do have a coaching call coming up. I want to be respectful of that call. Could we slowly ladder into a short? Yes, but why would you ladder into a short if you know it can go higher? Here's my thesis of this trading regime everybody's in. Okay, so let's say you get into a short. Okay, let's say, okay, we know it's going to drop. Okay, let's say you get into a short right here. You ladder in, right? Right here. And let's say Bitcoin goes up right here. Okay, and let's say for fun, just for fun. And look, guys, I'm waiting for the short, but I'm trying to line you guys up for the right profit play. And let's say just for fun, it goes back down up to here, 73.2, okay? And then let's say it keeps on going back up to here, 76, just completely for fun. Well, here's what you just did. You got into a trade right here, and now you're losing. And now it's not even making a lower low from where you got in. Now it's making higher highs. And I'm telling you, this is how you lose a lot of money. Don't ladder in when you're losing. Ladder in when you're winning, right? Because here, let's say you're winning and you ladder in right here. It drops, boom. And then it comes up a bit, and then you're going to enter more. And then it drops. And then it comes up a bit, and then you're going to enter more. People have this dollar cost average thing very, very wrong. A lot of people DCA in losses or in red. That is not how you're supposed to do it. You DCA when you're green. Yeah, we're probably tapped out around 74, but I can tell you one thing. Based on what I'm seeing on the higher time frames, I see a very big possibility of us hitting 75. If it doesn't happen, we are going to drop. And then you're looking at the drop being a money drop. You go 20x, 30x leverage, right? When it drops, and then look how much money you're making. Instead of laddering in, you're making 7%. Add that up on your leverage. Out of the $1,000, you're easily making 5 to 7K. If you go the leverage I'm going, which is 30x, right? But I am preaching a short on the live, guys. I'm trying to live every day to my fullest, and there isn't room for error in trading no more. Look at the world. Look where we are. Hug your loved ones, all right? I don't know if tomorrow's guaranteed anymore, and this is why I'm not messing around in the market anymore. I'm waiting for my play, and if my play comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'll wait for another 6 hours. But when it does come, I know I'm going to bank, and I'm going to profit very hard. And here's the thing. Moving forward, once my voice gets better, we are going to take less setups. But I promise you guys, these setups are going to be so profitable. We might take 2 to 3 setups a week, especially for the people who are coaching. But I can promise you guys, you're going to be making 5 to 10K off every trade, because that's what we're lining up for, right? We don't need to be in the market. We don't need to be swishing our hands up and down thinking we're drowning, right? We just want to go in, chill, open a cold one. There's no sharks in the water, all right? It might be minus 50, but we're chilling. You know what I mean? It's a figure of speech, but you don't want to swim with the sharks. You don't want to put yourself in a position to swim with the sharks, because you're always going to get wrecked. It doesn't matter. The sharks have unlimited money, all right? Do I think the weekly RSI could hit the 50 on Bitcoin? I just strained my voice so much right there. Yeah, you know what, GP? I didn't even realize this RSI is turning up. Yeah, it could. That is another reason I would not be going against the trend. This right here is okay. So definitely do not short Bitcoin until we break that uptrend. Now, after seeing this wasn't like this a couple of days ago or yesterday even. If you're looking at your resistance, you're pretty much lining up from here to here. is what GP is saying. Boom, boom. So moment of truth for Bitcoin. Okay, moment of truth. This week will signify if Bitcoin breaks out. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. I don't think Bitcoin's going to break out because that daily's completely overbought. However, we just broke the 50. Okay. Bitcoin is looking extremely bullish right now. If we can break this area, if we can, then we're looking at a resistance target of $85K, right? 85K. 85K is going to be the top of the market no matter what. I don't see us breaking this uptrend. I don't see us breaking this massive resistance here. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to say that. It could possibly break. Because, again, this 18-hour has this much more room to touch the top of the RSI, right? The daily has this much more room to touch the top of the RSI. At this point, if we break out on Bitcoin, guys, and we run to 85K, I will not long it. You're not going to see me long it. But what I will do is I'm going to line up for a killer short because at that point, we're in the middle. What I see happening is us possibly breaking out and then dumping because of that bearish dive. How does the monthly RSI look? Let me go on Bitstamp. A bit better here. Okay, guys, so I'm going to wrap up the live in 5 minutes here because I do got a coaching call. So the monthly RSI. So here's the thing about the monthly RSI. We are pumping, all right? And we're moving up on the RSI. But here's the thing. The MACD is king. Okay, I'll tell you guys right now. The MACD is king. This is king. We're in a downtrend. Here you can see we are in a downtrend too, right? So 85K is probably going to be our resistance at that point. The monthly RSI isn't looking, it's looking okay, but again, that could flip bearish right away. So what I'd be banking on right now is I would be solely going with the trend. Okay. If the trend does not break, I wouldn't even be trading. At this point, I wouldn't even be trading. Okay. That could be a 50% short. Craig, you're pretty much right? If we can get up there and we reject, that'll be $100,000 trade that'll line you guys up for, depending on how much money you have, right? So, okay. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. I do need to get on this coaching call. I can't be too late for that. Just wanted to get on this live, guys. Honestly, my voice is completely shot, but I really wanted to get on this live and show you guys what I see. But I want to make sure you guys are getting in at the right point, right? Like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enter probably a 30x short after the back test of right here, whatever that channel is. And I'm probably going to do it closer to the Tokyo Open because that's probably going to be the break of trend. If it is not the break of trend, I'm not going to trade. And I'm going to wait for this uptrend to break. But if you look at the 15-minute time frame right here, we have insane bearish dive. We're just waiting for the play out. Okay, we're waiting for the move. I will put this trade setup in beastlimitless.com, guys. All right. I got to get on my coaching call. Otherwise, I'll try to go a bit longer. I appreciate you guys. And we'll be back for Tokyo tonight, hopefully. Okay. Obviously, I need to be able to talk. I'm going to aim for Tokyo tonight. I'm just going to drink tea and lemon and whatever I've been drinking all day. So see you guys on the live session. I will update, guys, in beastlimitless.com to the trade. So go to that if you're not in it. Beastlimitless.com. Come say hi in the pack chat. If you guys want to play poker as well, let me know, because we're going to be playing poker as well in here. I'm just lining up people together. So if you guys want to play poker today or any other day, please post in the comment section below, and I will message you guys to play poker. Okay, there is a buy-in, but you guys, it'll be a mini tournament. All right, I got to get in this coaching call, guys. Appreciate you guys. Don't rush the trade. Don't rush the trade. Dogecoin and Bitcoin are my top trades. That is it. That is it. That is it. Okay, Dogecoin and Bitcoin. Once Doge breaks this uptrend on the 5, it'll drop down to here. So those are my two trades, and that is what I'm waiting for at the moment. Okay. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. White, I messaged you on WhatsApp. You probably messaged me back. We'll get connected there to meet up as well. Okay, we'll see you in the app, guys. I'll try to be as active as I can today so we all catch the move.